So how was your trip?
Really? Well, it started off really nice. We was in the Sky Lounge, you know.
Yeah, but before we got to the Sky Lounge now, there's always, every trip you're going to have some stuff that's up, some stuff that's down. You always have little things. The first thing that happened, I guess, is on the way to the airport, started raining. So that's one, but we got through that. Then we went, you got to go through TSC. Is it TSA. And you put your stuff and you take your shoes off. I got my little bucket back.
That was funny.
And only had one shoe.
So
I had to go and dig it out. They sprayed it down, wiped it down, and give it back to me. So little things were happening. And so that was pretty cool for we got past that. What else? Like the Sky Lounge, that worked out good. That was nice.
The Sky Lounge was nice.
Right.
That was nice. I felt all bougie like the bougie wife you got.
But yeah, and listen, we don't have any video of it, but you know how when you go out in public, whether it's a restaurant or whatever, and there's that person that's talking on the phone, and like everyone hears the conversation, hear what's going on or whatever. That was sunshine this time.
That was sunshine for you.
I can understand there's a difference in the way the people used to do, or people still do, because they're on their phone talking. Where when you're doing, she was more or less doing. I was
live.
Yeah, she was doing live, so social media, and you have to do that because you can't go back and correct. You can't go back and someone says, "Hey, what you listening? Hey, I couldn't hear you, speak up." So it's a little different. So I understood that, but I could tell the people that were next to us like, "Hey, come on, lady." A lot of laughing going on, a lot of talking about that, which is cool.
Around was talking too. I didn't see nobody making faces.
I know because you was on the phone talking, but
I know I was loud.
Fine.
I know my voice was octave a little bit, but it was. I don't think I was loud like sunshine.
No. It's all good. Like I said, when I was listening to it, I was like, okay, whenever you go somebody, there's that person. You were that person that time, which is fine. I mean, because you. I was okay with it because that's what you have to do. In social media, you have to be clear. You got to speak up. So I understand you got to be engaging. So that's part of the thing. So I understood that part.
So next time y'all join me over at TikTok when I go live, or y'all can just join the page.
Yeah. Okay. You can. But that got to that part. So that was good. Now we got on our flight. Anything happened on the flight that was an issue? The only issue was, because we're post-COVID, there's no mandatory wear the mask, but of course
anyway.
She wears hers, and I was listening to music or watching a movie, and I had both plugs in, so I didn't hear what was going on. I guess behind us there was someone coughing, so she did not, kind of want me to put a mask, but I didn't put it on, but. My concern was
you should have had to.
Maybe I should have. I was gonna say maybe on the way back, but hey, it's past that point now because the whole. Which, if anybody know, we didn't get into it. This is our anniversary trip. So, and what you want to explain to them what entails, and then we'll continue on to where we are now. Well, I mean, what's what's all encompassed with this vacation we're doing?
Oh yeah, we're heading to on a cruise for our 31st anniversary.
Right.
Last year we went to Spain.
That was nice.
Right. Okay. And then we turned around and went to Mexico. Did just a quick little trip to Mexico after that. But so this year, the year before that, it was actually DR, which was nice. So if y'all can go back, y'all can watch that video. Or little clips of that. But so this year we're just taking a cruise. I don't mean just taking a cruise. Yeah. We're taking a cruise.
Right.
Because I think a couple of years before that we took a last cruise. Yeah, and that was on Royal Caribbean.
Right. That was pre-COVID. So
that was pre-COVID.
Yeah. So we haven't been on a cruise since, so it's about time. It's about time for that cruise. But the cruise, we did a little different because usually what we do is we do it on the east side of the country.
Right.
This time we said, let's add a little spice. But it worked out because you have people. You have people on the west side, west coast. So that worked out. So we're going to be visiting people from the west coast that we visit from time to time during different family functions and stuff like that. So that's going to work out. So that's the little wrinkle we add to the cruise as we're going. This is the first time ever we went out on the west side of the country on a cruise. So I don't know how much different it is. Once you get out there in all that water, it's all the same, I guess.
It's all the same.
Yeah. So
we get to go to different ports rather than we did on the East Coast. So we get to experience the ports on this side of the country. So,
right.
Which actually that was not the plan. We waited to the last minute to schedule anything. So that's how we wound up doing the cruise. I mean, it was kind of up in the air with the cruise anyway, rather than a all-inclusive.
Right.
But we couldn't decide on an all-inclusive, and so this is kind of a 2-in-1. We get to fly to wherever we wanted to go, and then on this side of the country, and then cruise on, like I said, this side of the country.
Yeah.
So what was your question?
Yeah. So that's cool. I was just trying to break down what we're actually doing. So we're kind of still somewhat on the front end of it, because once we left the airport, we had a little issue, and you could probably look in some of our shorts. We did drop some shorts on our YouTube channel, which is Sunshine and E, depending on who's getting this or seeing this. You go in and you see our shorts, and one of the things we had to start doing is the Uber. We had to Uber to our hotel, so we had to do that. And it's weird the way they got it, where you have to go to a particular section of the airport and actually be there before you can actually get on the app.
Before you can actually schedule it. That was just...
Yeah.
So, and mind you, it was my first time ever scheduling an Uber myself. So
right.
I was trying to figure it out. Was already tired. Had already been up 24 hours plus. I was tired. It was a little chilly. In California. It was a nice breeze, but it was a little chilly. And just kind of tired. I was just ready to get to what I thought was going to be a decent hotel.
Woo.
Not a motel.
That's another.
That was
That's another short you can check out on our YouTube channel of that particular hotel. And it's weird because we actually were heading, and it was nighttime at the time that we came to the hotel. And the guy pulls up on the curb, and he's like, "Okay, you're there." And I'm like, "Where?" Because you look like on the street, and I see restaurants or little stores or something. I'm like, "Where?" And if you go to our shorts and check it out, you'll see the video of the hotel. And it was weird because it wasn't really, we didn't really get what we thought we booked. And the weird thing about it is, you would think that you get there and say, "Hey, the people told us this, and we don't see this," and you would think that if it was wrong, that you would be in the wrong hotel, and they'd say, "Hey, we don't have your reservations." But they do have your reservations, and so, but the person you talked to, I don't know if you want to break it down on what happened.
No, not really.
Okay, the person you talked to was a woman or a guy?
It was a guy.
Okay, so
and
it might
told
be
me, I asked, did they have rooms? I don't like motels.
Yeah,
we have not stayed in a motel in 20 plus years.
Purposely, I
mean, Sunshine Bougie, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I just.
And that's another thing. Soon as we got to there and we were talking to the people at the desk, with a particular person, I drew back to where we were back at the airport, and you said the bougie, and that reminded me of like, "Hey, I don't usually stay," and then. Or if I knew this was a situation I was like, "Oh man, she's that lady back in the airport in the Skyline."
At a motel.
Yeah, that was funny.
I was ready to cancel. I wound up calling other hotels in the area, but that means we would have to get another Uber to get over to that one. Yeah. And then the other thing they told me, I asked, are your rooms on the inside or your doors? Yeah, the room doors on the inside or outside. On the phone, they said, "Oh yeah, they're on the inside." Okay, because I saw some that were on the outside, so I thought, well, maybe they had some inside and had outside because they told me. Secondly, I said, "Do you all have a shuttle from the airport to the hotel?" "No, we don't." "Do you have a shuttle from the hotel to the port?" "Yes, we do." I said, "Well, can I schedule that?" "No, you have to wait until you're there and then schedule it there at the hotel." Well, lo and behold, I asked last night, and they said, "No, they don't even have a shuttle. We can set you up with a taxi." 2 errors. Sunshine don't do that.
Right. And I think what they do is they feel which way, when you ask questions, they feel which way you want, and then they answer according to that to get you to go ahead and reserve the room. And they know once you get there. And with the Uber, the beautiful thing about Uber is, because we travel and we get out a lot, most of the time we either are driving or we fly and we get a car and we rent and we get ourselves around.
Right.
The only negative thing about that is once you're in the room, you kind of worry about the car outside. Oh, somebody might do that. I'm out of town. They look at the place. So you think about that. But with Uber, it takes away that. That's what I do like about Uber, because once you get in, you ain't got to worry about what's outside there. But when you run into things that you got to, I got to do this, you don't have no transportation. You have to try to call it. So in that point, had we had our own vehicle or rental, we might have made a different choice. I think two things that stopped us from doing that is that, plus the fact that when we pulled here, it's not like you look around and you're like, okay, there's Hilton down there, there's Ramada there, you didn't have any options that you could just clearly see. Then the next morning when I got up, there were options, but you wouldn't want those options either once I did see what those other options were. So, but that's kind of where we are right now.
Then when we get into the room, y'all have to go watch that short. But when we get into the room, then there's this noise that you hear outside the door.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was the air conditioner, but it was just making a constant noise. I was like, what is that? Couldn't figure it out. And eventually it just stopped, but it went on for a while. It was gone. Then again, heard it again this morning. It was some kind of birds. It had to be.
Yeah.
It was some kind of birds, but the way, it was like they were almost right outside the door.
Yeah. Because our door is the only door that's, and I think it's what you were saying earlier, well, not in the video, but we were talking earlier, is because there's another little door in our room that I think this room is for the person that works in the office, because it's right there. And so this room is separate from all the rest of them, and it's on the street basically.
Right.
And so when you come out, we hear all the street, anything, because there was somebody out there, I don't know, coughing or hacking or whatever outside the door, and it seems like they were right outside the door.
Sound like they were throwing up.
Yeah. And just maybe 20 feet down, there's this one guy used to call him urban outdoorsman. There was a homeless guy out just sitting out there. He was out there the next door. He was there when we came in. He's here the next morning, or somebody else went to a store to get something, and there was a couple more homeless people out there. So this actually wasn't really the best, but I didn't feel threatened. It's just people were just out there hanging out with us. So I didn't feel that it was that threatening. But so we're going to be.
It just was not the hotel I would have chosen. Right. I wouldn't have selected had I known all the ins and outs of it. Right. I just wouldn't have chosen it. So there you go. So
that's just our brief little video for where we are right now. We're going to do some stuff once we get on the cruise. And we're going to be dropping a lot of shorts. And y'all check those shorts out. And
check Sunshine out on TikTok.
Okay,
Because at least I smell good. I am a fragrant fraghead.
Okay, yeah.
Fragrance influencer. So check me out. Mm-hmm. Got plenty of fragrances that you just check it out. You'll see.
Check it out. So now I got a clapper that's going to be, if nobody heard of clapper, just Google or check out or input clapper, and we're going to be dropping some clapper blasts where we put some kind of what's going on, but we're going to drop on YouTube channel too, so you'll see that and y'all can come along. This is what I call those go in your room, cut the lights off, and watch videos. Then you feel like you're there. Feel like you're right there with us, and for free, where we have to pay. So that's all right, but we're going to be dropping some more videos, a lot of shorts, but we may drop another video and kind of talk about where we are. So. And
also check it out, because I might do some lives while we're on the cruise.
Oh, okay,
How my internet stuff is working. So
okay.
I'm definitely probably going to be doing some lives. So, taking everybody along with us.
Right. So now we haven't been doing videos in a while, so I'm going to see if we got this right. So make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, also comment below and share. And I do believe that's it.
Thanks for listening
to Sunshine and E.